Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2025 NFL Week 2 player props and best bets part 2. I will have NFL and college football content throughout the season. So every single week I will have NFL and college football content available. If you appreciate the content, the information, and all of the above, go ahead and hit that like button. Also leave a comment that helps the algorithm. And if you're not already subscribed, this is your first time watching, go ahead and subscribe. It's a great place to be. Now, part one is already on my channel. I have five player props on that one and one best bet. For part two today, I have five player props and one best bet. Super excited about these picks. Took a little bit longer to get out because I was doing the research. I wanted to give you quality over quickness today. And so you're getting some really, really strong content this on this show. To help the algorithm, as I said, hit the like button, but not only do that, I like to hear your comments. I like to hear what people have to say. Do you agree, disagree? Do me a favor, leave your favorite pick in the content in the comment section. If you're a subscriber, you're watching my channel, remember everything is free. I'm not going to be a person that's going to charge you for picks. I don't have a bunch of promos to look at. I don't have a bunch of ads. All I ask is for a little like and a comment. Also, every pick that I make, I put my money where my mouth is. So 100% transparent with how I pick. And if I lose, you lose, we all lose together. Okay? So I'm not just giving you picks that I'm not betting myself. Two things I want to make sure you leave this show with is more information than you came with, and then number two, some winners. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to these five player props and one best bet. And the first one's going to be Caleb Williams. 2025 average passing yards 210, projected passing yards 228, averaging 295 passing yards versus the Lions. This is huge. He in two games last year, he had really big games versus Detroit in the passing game. Some of it was game script, which I think it's going to be another pass heavy game script in this game. I see them being behind. I also see them not giving DeAndre Swift 17 carries. I see somewhere around 12 and trying to mix him more in the passing game. Although they tried, I see him being a little bit more successful. Caleb Williams didn't look bad in week one. In fact, he looked pretty good until the last few drives, but he only completed 60% of his passes, which is not enough. But even only completing 60% of his passes, he still almost hit this number with 210 yards. I see him, getting around 65% completions. Also, I can see him continuing to tear up this Detroit defense. Apparently, there's something he sees in the secondary that's almost the same as last year that he absolutely loves. So give me his over 217 passing yards, a huge discount from what he did last year as a rookie when I think he's actually better this year. Next pick is Dak Prescott. We went with him week one with his fantasy score. He only ended up with 188 passing yards, but a lot of that was due to a lot of drop passes. And he also was playing the best defense in the league. So, he's coming from playing the best defense in the league to playing the Giants, who I think is one of the worst defense in the league, especially their secondary. Secondary is going to really struggle in this matchup. I think it's going to be some opportunities for CeeDee Lamb and for Pickens to, have a bounce back spot. Lamb had three crucial drops. I think he comes back and catches those. Not only that, makes more plays. I think the Cowboys in game one were, trying to be balanced or trying to, establish the run. I think they realized that it didn't really work. And I don't think it's going to work this week against the Giants. They do not have a good secondary, but their front three or four are really good against the run, especially. So I see this being more of a passing script for Dak here. Like I said, good weapons, good opportunity. They're 5.5 favorites. He's playing at home. I absolutely love this over 245 passing yards for Dak Prescott. Plays really good at home, by the way, and I think they will have a huge bounce back spot here. Next guy is Christian McCaffrey of the 49ers. 2025 average rushing yards was 69, so he had 69 in game one. Projected rushing yards is 72. Here's some things about McCaffrey. Uh, we'll see a stacked box against Mac Jones. They will stack the box. His quarterback is Mac Jones. I don't trust him, and neither does anyone else. So I think that he's going to see a 7-8 man box. Going to be really hard to run into. Has been under in his last five games. So, this guy has not hit this over since 2023. We're now in 2025. He's not getting any younger. And obviously, the carries are going to also be split with Brian Robinson, he's going to be there. And Saints will play a slower pace and run the ball more. I think the Saints got out of hand. They threw the ball a lot. See them giving it to Kamara a lot more. See the game script, for them to run the ball, pound it, slow the game down, and to stop the run of the 49ers and make Mac Jones beat them. This number is entirely too high for him. He hasn't hit this number, like I said, in 5 straight games since 2023. Give me the under 81.5 rushing yards for Christian McCaffrey. Next pick, Bo Nix of the Broncos, 2025 average passing yards 176, projected passing yards 220. Under has hit 12 out of 18 games he has played in the NFL. That's a huge stat right there. He's not hit this at a high percentage. The Colts have a top 10 defense and play ball control, as we saw in week one. Really good defensively, like to slow the game down, don't want to push the pace very much. And, be honest, it's a really good, his under has hit 66% of the time. The Colts, Jonathan Taylor should get another 18, 19, 20 carries in this game. They only allowed 133 yards to the Dolphins, who is supposed to be an explosive offense. And here's another thing. He attempted 40 passes, but only had 176 yards. That is a huge stat because he got the volume. I don't think he throws it 40 times, but that means he's not spraying it down the field. No big plays. I don't see him going over this number. I see ball control for both teams. And to be honest, give me under 228.5 passing yards. Let's not let the offense lose the game. Let's win it on defense. I think that's the motto for both teams. And my last pick, 2024 fantasy score was 20.5, projected fantasy score 19. He cashed last week once again, and he cashed with a horrible day running the ball. Bijan didn't do much on the ground, average about 2 carries, I'm sorry, 2 yards per carry. So not a very good rushing attempt, but he's a big play opportunities. He's one play away from taking it, 50, 60 yards. And I think he does that almost on every single game this year. Very routine. It's going to be a Sunday night game, spotlight. Look for Bijan to try to take over. Went over in 11 of his last 13 games. Say that again. Went over 11 of his last 13 games. So this hit rate is crazy high for him. Another thing, without Drake London, he becomes the best receiver. So he's got a lot of opportunity here. He's going to get a lot of check downs because Michael Penix, although he doesn't mind, trying to spray it down the field, I think he does like, easy completions. And Bijan Robinson has been doing a good job making himself available. I think he gets a big play in the run game. I think he gets in the end zone, rushing and receiving in this game. I absolutely love his over 17.5 fantasy score for Bijan Robinson. Quick recap, Caleb Williams over 217.5 passing yards. I got that at 2 confidence level. Give me Dak Prescott over 245 passing yards, 2 confidence level. Christian McCaffrey under 81.5 rushing yards, 3 confidence level on that one. Bo Nix under 228.5 passing yards. That's a 2 confidence level. And then Bijan Robinson over his 17.5 fantasy score, 2 confidence level. You see 1 to 3. So I'm confident in every pick that I make. Of course, like I said, I bet it with my own money. But 3 is super confident, 2 is very confident, and 1 is confident. Now for my best bet on this show, we got the Titans versus the Rams. A lot of people are not going to understand this pick, but I wasn't impressed by the Rams last week. Offense did not look very good, looked kind of stagnant. They looked like they were trying to established a run, but the Titans did look good defensively. I think Cam Ward has something in him. I think he plays a lot better this week, enough to keep it close. I don't see it being a blowout. Titans are at home. They're a 5.5 dog. I absolutely love the Titans plus 5.5 at home versus a Rams team that I just do not trust. Go ahead and give this show a like. As I already said, leave a comment. Of course, if you're new to the show, it's your first time watching, hit that subscribe button. I will be your tour guide throughout this NFL football season. NFL Week 2 show part 1 is in the link right there. I'll also put it in the comment section, and you can also go to my channel and just look through the playlist. They're all going to be on there for you guys to kind of go through and read. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Our subscriber count is going up crazy, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all my old subscribers who are continue to like, continue to comment. You're the fuel to my fire. So thank you guys for all that you do, and I will continue to give you my all for free as long as you support me. With that being said, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.